These next poems are from a collection entitled Fragments of Life Remembered, in honor of the memory of Lucia. She who thought she had nothing to offer gave me more than she could ever know. May her memory and these poems encourage others to be open to love and to trust that they are worth much more than they know. Epiphany. Years have passed, you have passed away, and the opportunity I yearned for to be at your side at that precious passing moment, to catch the precious last drops of your life, passed me by. I missed it. That special moment I had so yearned for, to be entrusted and given such a gift. She died alone, as she wanted, but which broke the heart of me. She had refused to move near to us because it required change, and change for her was hard. Even though it would have brought us great joy for her to entrust herself to us and move closer, her heart would not allow it. She was only ever cold to herself, it seemed, not unlike she was to most around her. She kept a wall high around her, especially to her only son. My heart quivered with pain as I remembered her saying, "He and I were never close." She loved him deeply, I could tell, but hated herself. Let that hate hide her beautiful, sensitive, inner loving creature from reaching the outside, from approaching the surface where it could be hurt. Again, never again. But little did you know that never again was ever again for us, and probably for you. Little did you know how precisely it hurt us, the gift you hid, that you assumed as worthless, that you left ungiven to many. But by some great grace and privilege, a rare light shone on me when no one was watching. I barely was, and almost missed it. I loved you, but you were hard to live with. I hated the control and force you often inflicted. You were indeed exceedingly generous to me, but nevertheless you drove me past the brink of insanity from which I had come to you already, to some pain so great it could not help but rupture. I had a choice: cry out in all pain, or leave and explode elsewhere. Where could I go? My filter was shot anyway. Why not be honest? I took a deep breath and let the deepest that I felt leak out to her and made it plain and direct and clear to understand. I cried out in tears. Why do you control everything? Why do you try to control everything? Do you know how much it hurts when you try to control everything and everyone? Do you know how that feels? I don't think you do it on purpose. Maybe it helps you feel less anxious. I know how painful anxiety is, but you do it, and it hurts people around you. I was expecting the rage of a lifetime to come out of her, but I was shocked. In the gentlest voice I ever heard her use, she said, "I do." It seemed like a genuine marvel, a puzzle to her, as if she never knew her whole life that she was controlling and that it hurt people. So genuine was her response, so childlike, it made me wonder. I'm sure many had struggled with her over this, but had anyone explicitly told her that, or how they felt? Did she even know? At the ripe age of 100 years young, was this the first time she knew this? She sat silent for a few moments, then turned toward a shelf. I had no idea what to expect. In tears, she paused and looked off at the shelf as if it were a much greater distance than it was. For the first time I could ever remember, she opened up her heart. As longingly she looked at the items on the shelf, really past the items on the shelf, she began telling me a story of how they were wedding gifts, which was why she kept them all these years. She took great care that they were with her and undamaged. She said that when she moved, she would always pack them separately. Gifts made in Europe that were given to her. She could say no more. I could understand she had lost someone. What was shared was enough to touch me forever. I remember it being the Feast of the Archangels, soon approaching a favorite feast day, Little Therese. I remember on that day almost losing it on her again and starting to make old clothes from her closet into a dress, sewn between meals and sharing of stories.